Hi, everybody. This is Todd Creager. And today I'm talking about healing the betrayed person's wounds in the aftermath of infidelity. Some common questions that I get in the course of therapy and even other, from just people in general. But definitely mostly during the therapy process that I do with my individuals and couples. And so I have 5 questions that I'm asked that I want to answer for you. So, question number one for the betrayed person, healing the betrayed person. Betrayed person basically will ask in some form, how do I balance my need to heal with supporting my partner? In other words, I know I'm going through something. I know my partner's going through something too. I'm angry at my partner, but how do I balance it out? And I say, well, firstly, in the beginning, for sure, you might need to focus a little bit on you more and less about supporting your partner. I am very much a fan of you supporting your partner who betrayed you at some point. But in the beginning, you are off balance, disoriented, angry, hurt, shocked, maybe in despair. And your partner is going to have to realize there's a time when you just need to get reoriented. You know, the carpet has been pulled from under you. So definitely you want to tune into your need to express what you feel to other people, to, we'll talk about that, having a support system. Um, you need to be able to express yourself to your partner. You need to have the time to understand what happened. Every person who's betrayed, they have the need to know. I have learned that they have the need to know. And you need to look at, what do I need to know? What don't I need to know? I don't need to know every little sexual detail. I don't need to know. Um, I don't want the need to know to consume my life, but I need to know enough so that I know what's going on and what I'm dealing with. How often, how many times, with who, um, and of course, why? What was going on? You need to. This is a time for you to pay attention to the triggers that have come up for you, like, what's wrong with me? Am I not good enough? Of course, that is never the case. Nobody's ever been cheated on because they're not good enough. Ever. We all have flaws. We all have areas where we haven't met our partner's needs. All of us. My wife has never cheated on me. It's not because I'm so wonderful. Always. But that I've met every need. I'm flawless. Far from it. She's chosen not to cheat on me. She's dealt with her feelings towards me in other ways, not cheating. The person who cheated is always the one who's responsible for that choice. So one of the things is to pay attention to that, your initial self-doubt and comparing, and you need to take care of you there. You need to. There's the times when you because, like I said, you're so surprised and disoriented that you need the time to do the things that you need to take care of yourself. That you don't want to stop exercising, because what happens is you can become so consumed with this that you can neglect you. This is not the time to neglect you. So it's time to be what I call healthily selfish and take care of you and exercise and get enough rest if you can. I understand it's an anxious time, and sometimes we go totally in survival mode, but you want to do the best you can to take care of you with proper sleep and exercise and eat well, and particularly now, this is not the time to not take care of you. Now, yes, do want to balance your need uh, to heal with supporting your partner. The thing is that, and I've been professionally vilified for this. And people have called me a cheater apologist. That is not the case. I don't apologize for cheaters. When people cheat, they are hurtful, they are self-absorbed, and they are not caring about you in those moments. At the same time, they're not caricatures. You are a cheater. That's all you are. You are an evil, bad person. So, no, no. As I talk about in the future modules and well, past ones too, like the last one, that last videos, I mean modules, but the last videos I've done, you've heard me. If you've heard me before, you've heard me talk about parts, and you've heard me talk about how sometimes a person's younger parts, protective parts, victimized parts can victimize others, including their intimate partners, by having secrets. So yes, you do want to support your partner by trying to understand where they're coming from. And I'm giving it in this order is that you need time at first to kind of get reoriented. But at the same time, you want to get to the point where you see your partner as a human being that did some very hurtful things, but they are also flawed and they need healing. They do need healing. Was it a selfish act? I should say a self-absorbed act? Yes. When was the part of them that doing that act loving you? No, they were not. But that person needs healing. And I've worked with many people who have cheated, who have matured and healed and been non-cheaters in the future because they've taken care of their core challenges. So yes, you want to support your partner, but not at the expense of your own healing. Again, I'm speaking to the betrayed person now. You need to make sure that if your partner is, for example, manipulating you by them going into shame and guilt in a way, basically giving you the message, please rescue me, please get over it, just get over it. That's not okay. You have to go through your process of healing. And if it's inconvenient for your partner, because then they have now a partner who might be thinking about leaving or is hurt or angry and doesn't want to have sex with them anymore right now, for now, they have to accept whatever that is right now and be big and let you have your wants and needs and base. So if that partner is giving you that, it's going to be easier for you to support your partner. Another question I get is, when should I share my pain with others? Um, which may make my partner look bad. And when should I not? Right. This is a thing where, it's easier for people to say, yeah, my partner has an alcohol problem versus my partner cheated on me for 3 years or for 3 weeks or for 3 months or whatever it is with one person or four people or whatever. It's hard to share it. It's embarrassing to the person who's been victimized because of the way we think, that what's wrong with me that my partner would cheat on me, which I just said was not why the person cheated on you. It's also oftentimes a protective instinct. Even if you're betrayed, I don't want I don't want to tell my family because my parents will hate my husband, and that's not going to be good for him or the family. And so it's a problem. It is a problem. It's a real problem because if you have this desire to work this out with your partner, I understand why you'd be thinking about that. However, if I were to err on the side of what I think is important, it would be to get people to talk to. I think it's very important to get a small support system, people you could share with. And I've had people where the only people they could share with, just because of the nature of their social environment, was their mother or their sister or whatever. And, let the consequences be what they are. If you find, hey, I could be okay, I could heal talking to some friends that I know can handle it without talking to my family members, then you could do that, of course. What I'm most interested in isn't who you talk to, but that what you're doing, what you're sharing, you're giving people a chance to listen and be empathic and tune into you. Because hopefully a partner could do that, but that's a little different dynamic, as you can imagine. And sometimes that doesn't go great at first either. And the partner has to do their own work to be able to do that. But I'm talking about a good friend, maybe an extended family member that maybe is willing to keep that just between the two of you, if that's what you want. That's what you want. I've had people go, no, I wanted to share it. Let people got to deal with what they deal with. I never say don't do that. I don't, because I do think it's important for us to think about, for the person who's betrayed, to think about what's best for me. And I know having a few people to share deeply with and to have people there for you is very, very important. So you can be sensitive to it, but again, similar to how I was answering the other question, not at the expense of your own healing. Question number three I get is, how do I, you talk about these younger parts, how do I love these younger parts? These parts that maybe when I was younger, I was betrayed as from one of my parents, and now this betrayal happens with my partner, and now these younger parts. It's not only my adult self that's hurt, but my younger parts are. How do I love them? And there are a number of things you could do. One of the things you could do is to journal and to see this little child part of you and love them just like you would if you had your own child, or maybe you do have your own child. And if they were hurting, how would you treat them? If someone in their social circle betrayed them and they were upset, how would you be there for them? Well, I want you to be there for that younger part. Just see it as a part. It's a younger part. Maybe, I've had people where they were betrayed and they feel that same feeling of being invisible when they were 4, 5, 6, and 7 years old, because dad left and mom was preoccupied with the sicker younger sibling. I mean, this is actually something I just was dealing with. And it just brought up all this feeling of, I feel invisible. So to be able to go to that young child that felt invisible, to spend time with him, or in this case, her, and to to hug her, to tell her you love her. That is, so I like that. I like journaling, like spending time with that younger part, getting to know that younger part, being curious about that younger part, showing compassion to that younger part. You can imagine being that younger part, getting that love from your healthy adult self. Maybe you can think of other people in your life, dead or alive, that would be there for that younger part. You can have them be there for that younger part, but you could be there for that younger part. Your adult self. You're the party that could advocate, that could that could, you know, be there for that younger part in ways that younger part didn't have maybe when they were younger. There's nobody there to tune into her or him. And so that's something that you could do. So in terms of loving your younger parts, you are first just be aware of them. Be aware of that. Tune in. You got to tune in. How old do I feel? Man, I don't just feel 38. I feel 3 or 8. There's a part of me that, it's, you just got to get a sense of it. Your body will tell you if you tune into it. Fourth question I get is, uh, well, I don't know. Sometimes my feelings just take over and they swallow me up. So you talk about, this is them asking me, I've said this. What's the difference between feeling feelings and wallowing? What do you mean? Feeling feelings and wallowing in feelings? Well, uh, feeling feelings is very important for your healing. We can't suppress and push down our pain and think we're going to heal. We need to be able to feel our feelings. I want you to get an image of yourself as, I have feelings. I experience feelings. And I'm like the container, the feelings come up and I can feel them and I could breathe through them, but I don't succumb to them. I don't wallow. I don't let them take me over. And it's easy to do that. It's easy to do that. I think it's a very protective function. If we're scared, we just kind of get in our fear and cover up. If we're hurt, we can get in our hurt and just protect ourselves, and just isolate and just be hurt. I'm just a hurt person. I'm just a scared person versus I'm a person who's going to learn how to take care of me. And right now I am feeling a lot of pain. I am feeling anguish. I am feeling it fully. I'm not my feelings that are experiences that I'm having. That's what I'm saying. The wallowing is, like I said, you are enveloped by the feeling. Feeling and feelings is I am more than my feelings, but I have them. And it's not pleasant. And I'm feeling them fully and looking for support and talking about it, loving my younger parts, doing all those things. Last question. How do I know when I need professional help? I think it's very often that a person who's betrayed probably get professional help. I think it's one of the most painful experiences a person can go through, and having a professional that knows their stuff, especially around the area of infidelity, such as myself, that I think that's a good thing to do. But ultimately, it's about you, and how you're handling things, and how are you doing? Maybe if you're doing well, even professional help might help you do even better. But if you're handling things well and you have a good support system and you're working through it and your partner is learning and growing, okay. So it's really about tuning in to your own self. Or I don't ever tell people you should. I just think it's a good idea, but I don't necessarily think you should. It's really totally up to you. Of course, if you're feeling stuck and overwhelmed, or like I said, you're wallowing in your feelings, um, it's affecting your work, it's affecting your relationship with your children or other relationships, your health, then definitely, no, most definitely seek a professional that can really try to help you heal and get out from under those things. So that's what I wanted to say about those 5 questions. And hopefully those answers can resonate with you, some of it or all of it. And I hope it's helpful. But thanks for listening. This is Todd Creager, making the world safe for love.